What is up, guys? In this video, I'm going to talk about how I scaled my SMMA agency to $20,000 per month. I'm going to talk about the pros of SMMA, the cons of SMMA, and how you can do it too. It's going to be a very good video. At the end, I'm going to give you a ton of practical tips and takeaways that you can implement right after watching this video. Yeah, so many of you guys actually don't know this, but I used to have an agency. And yeah, in that agency, essentially we helped women life coaches, right? So we provided high quality sales funnels for women life coaches, and they were doing over 100K per year and looking to scale. But before we did funnels, we did social media management, and that's actually how I started. My very first client was Jill Wright, and I found her because I used to work at the life coach school, and she was a client of theirs. We did really good work for her, and then she told Dorothy, and then Kate saw that we were doing Dorothy's stuff, I believe, and word of mouth just kind of took over, and we were doing social media management for a really profitable niche of amazing women life coaches who are making over 100K a year and had a podcast, right? And this was done for you, social media management and funnel building. And essentially, we scaled it to about 20K per month with 10 to 15 clients. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how I would build a profitable agency if I was to do it all over again. Now, before we dive too far into this, I do want to show you that I'm not just some crazy dude on the internet talking that has no clue about any of this stuff. Taylin, as you can see here, made $200,000 last month. Andrew, 30,000 in 10 days. Tyler, 8.2K in 7 days, on pace for another record month. Gabe, almost $35,000 in just 10 days, right? And just to speak to the community of people that we have helped, Lindsay here is applying for a couple more 2 Comma Clubs awards. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to build a successful SMMA. And I'm going to show you basically what I would do different if I was to start all the way over. So number one, the most important thing, and you guys see me teach this a lot, right? So let's just say really 2 things. Either you're a beginner, right? So you're brand new at this, or you're making like 5 to 10K a month in your agency, let's say, and you want to get to point B, which is just a full-time income, right? Where you're profiting 10K per month, or you really want to scale further, like we have and other people have, right? So here's what I would do. Number one, you have to have the right mindset. And I teach this so often, but if you don't have the right mindset, none of this stuff is ever going to work. And you're not going to achieve any of the stuff that you want to do because you're just not. You're going to self-sabotage over and over again. I can't get clients. I don't know how to get clients. I shouldn't get a coach to help me. I can't charge this amount. They'll never pay. My clients are going to leave. All of these things. Iman did it. These other people did it. I could never do it, right? And you won't. The next thing is your offer. This is where we did really well. Is we had a hyper qualified niche. The biggest thing I see agency owners doing wrong is they try and work with everyone instead of niching down. Okay. So number one, you have to have a niche. The second thing is you have to have a niche that has money, and you have to have solid delivery, meaning you're delivering something that's not going to take you hours and hours and a ton of time and money to do it. And then you have to have really good processes to be able to deliver it. And then also client communication, right? Just setting up the right expectation between clients and so on. And if you do that, like you'll do good. And you want to build it in a way where there's high profit because most agency owners don't make any money, right? The next thing is marketing. Okay, you have to have a good process to get in touch with your niche, right? And honestly, the best way that I found was word of mouth. Obviously, it's the best marketing. And yeah, from there, obviously, you could do ads. You could build like a personal brand, cold email, all these other things. What worked really good for me was just adding a ton of value to people and then word of mouth, asking them, and then cold. Actually, wasn't horrible for done for you. And again, you can do a ton of different things with this. Obviously, our does do work for agency owners. Mindset, offer, marketing. The next thing is you have to be good at sales. Just showing them how your process helps them go from A to B, right? And then the next thing is just building out a team to basically automate, okay, and then do more with the time that you don't have so that you can basically spend more time doing the things that make you the most money, which is, marketing and selling, marketing and selling, marketing and selling until you're able to really scale and get fully out of it. And if you were going to build a successful SMMA, I would ask, what is a big problem that you can solve for people, right? That you can outsource, meaning have someone else fulfill it and do uh, over and over again for a lot of people, rinse and repeat. And the best way, so with an agency, you really want to create like a conveyor belt experience where each and every person that comes through is the same. They're all homogenous, right? Women life coaches is what we did. Women life coaches who are making over 10K a month, right? And they all had to have a podcast. That's another thing we did. So if you didn't have a podcast, we don't work with you. If you're under 10K, we don't work with you. If you're a life coach, not a life coach, we don't work with you. If you're a dude life coach, we didn't work with them, right? Just to keep them all the same. That way, every single person got delivered the exact same thing. And it was just basically like clockwork. I will say this though. There's really two things. There's two types of offers that I really, talk about. Um, one-to-one coaching and then done with you, right? A lot of people are doing done for you. That's the agency model. And then there's done with you, which is the coaching model. And I almost every single time to all of you guys always suggest starting a coaching business for a million different reasons. Uh, in my opinion, it's more fun, more profit, um, way, 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 way more profit. I think it's easier. Um, I think you actually make more impact. Um, I think that uh, anyone who has an agency should have a coaching offer. Um, so many different things, right? I will say, if you don't have a skill yet, though, you could go get a job and work for someone to get that skill, right? Like Alex Ramosi talks about, or you could start with an agency. However, I would still, take a deeper inventory because I'm sure there is a skill that you could coach on. So again, 10 times out of 10, I recommend coaching. However, so again, if you came to this video wanting to learn how to start an agency, like I would actually persuade you to start watching some of my other videos and learn how to start a coaching business. Because let me explain it like this. All agency and coaching businesses do is help their client go from A to B. Let's say you're, doing short form edits, okay? And your goal is to help your client have more time, okay? Um, make more money with their reels, uh, and automate their posts, and you're posting for them, right? That's what you're selling. Right now, they're doing it themselves, okay? And your agency, you um, edit for them. Let's say you post. Um, let's say you, yeah, it's basically, let's say that's all you're doing, editing and posting their stuff. And let's even say you're doing captions too. Okay. So here's the thing. People will pay, 1 to 3K a month for that. And that's fine, right? You can get to 10K a month by having 3 to 10 clients, and it's not horrible. However, what I would recommend is starting a coaching offer where instead of doing the work for them, you just teach them how to do this stuff and even better, the strategy, right? So the reason it works is because of the strategy behind it. Okay. And let me show you how this works. And again, let me remind you that this 1 to 3K, 10K a month isn't profit. Now you're going to have to get to 20K a month, 30K a month to even get to 10K a month profit with an agency. Um, so let me show you what I mean. Instead of editing for them like you would in an agency, you could just teach them how to edit. Literally make a process video teaching them how to edit, or better yet, just go to Fiverr And for $5 per video, you could get someone to edit your stuff. And then that's why they're only going to pay you for a few months anyway, because they find someone cheaper or better than you, right? So the agency model, in my opinion, usually sucks if you're working this way. The next thing, instead of posting for them, show them how to automate their post in a scheduler, or show them your content flow to post, or show them how to get a VA to post for them. Instead of writing their captions, show them how to write good captions that get sales, right? Show them how to sell in their captions to make more money. And then ultimately, instead of doing the strategy for them, teach it to them so they can make more money too, right? And then if you want, you can teach them how to hire someone to implement all of it for them. But the thing you should be selling is the strategy. And you went from charging 1 to 3K a month, profiting, 25% profit, to selling an easy 5K offer, one-time payment at 90% profit margins. So you'd only have to make two 5K sales a month to get your income goal of 10K a month, close at least. And you never have to do anything for them. All you do is teach them inside of literally a course, right? Community, group calls, one-to-one Slack access if they have questions. And what's even crazier is I've done both. Remember, both to coaches. I had an agency for coaches, and now I coach coaches, right? I've gotten way more results from the coaching model. All of this screenshots you saw at the beginning were my coaching students, where I've never done a single thing for anyone, and I've had over 1,000 clients and made over $2 million of sales coaching, right? Not doing the agency stuff. Okay. So I will show you how I would do it though. So let's say you're someone on here watching and you're like, Brandon, you don't understand. I have an agency and I don't want to shut it down. Okay. So what I would do is I would only work with dream clients. For instance, agencies are good if your clients don't suck. Okay, let me just kind of elaborate even further on the analogy I made. Let's say um, you were, a done for you agency, and you're watching this, and you're like, okay, I want to switch to done with you. I'm convinced it's better, but I don't want to shut down my agency. And this is perfect. This is exactly how I would suggest running an agency. And, I might even start one day. So many of my clients need help with short form content. And I've actually considered, partnering with someone to help them, with their shorts. So here's how I do it though. Um, I would sell 99% of people my coaching program. Okay. If I were you, like I'm pretending if I'm you and I'm a short form editor, I would build out that coaching program that I just showed you, helping people go from A to B, and I would sell it like clockwork for 2 to 5K. And if you don't think that's possible, let me just give you this one analogy, right? Let's say I was going to help you go from point A to point B, right? This is what agencies charge for. They charge for the work, right? I charge for the outcome. By doing these shorts, by doing X, Y, and Z, you're going to scale your coaching business from 5K a month to 30K a month, right? Most agency owners are only charging, you're never going to have to edit a video again. You're never going to have to blah, 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 blah. It's like, okay, that's a small problem, but getting them to their dream outcome is a really big solution that they'll pay more for. So people actually would even pay more for coaching usually than agency work, right? Um, but let's just say um, I helped you build a coaching offer, whatever, and you start watching my YouTube videos and you're like, okay, coaching's the way. I can add on a coaching offer to my existing agency. Let's say you have 5 clients. Here's how I do it. I would build out your funnel, which I teach, building your personal brand and building your audience for your coaching offer. And I would make a ton of money coaching. And then when you got people through your funnel who sign up with you or get on a sales call with you who are actually a perfect fit, then I would add them to your agency. So 99% of people I would sell in your coaching, and only the 1% of people who you love working with, you could do the work for them and then charge a premium of 5K a month, 10K a month, 15K a month to the bigger clients who will never leave and stay on with you forever and love what you do, right? You don't want to keep signing up people who stay a month and then leave. You actually want to work with people long term. So with all of that said, let me explain it like this. In your SMMA business, all you're doing is selling a transformation. You're helping people go from point A to point B. Instead of doing the work for them to get them to point B, show them a map of how to get there and charge money for the outcome of them getting there, right? Anywhere from 5 to 10K. You can easily charge. I'll do it lower in case there's like total beginners, even 1 to 10K, okay, for coaching, right? And then you can sell the same exact outcome to dream clients for your agency, but sell it for anywhere from 5 to 10K a month only. And how this is the analogy that I love is your coaching business, right? Is a canoe, right? So it's just a boat with a map. That's how you think about it. Okay. It's a boat and you get a map. Okay. So I'm basically going to give you the vehicle to get there and the map for 1 to 10K. Right. And that's per, usually a one-time payment per year. An agency, that the math right here is, either 60 to 120K a year. So it's a lot more money, and it's for people who would rather, instead of ride on a boat and get a map, take a private jet. Right? So your agency is a private jet, your coaching business is a boat and a map. Most people can afford a boat and map. Most people can't afford a private jet experience. That's why you would only work with the 1% of people who can. And I would build your agency as a Louis Vuitton style brand that most people can't afford, but the people who can love it. And I would sell a boat and map to most people, right? Instead of trying to sell broke people, not broke people, I'm sorry, it sounded wrong. People who can't afford an agency services, sell them coaching services, which is amazing anyways, they get better results, and then sell the top 1% your agency stuff. So I wouldn't shut down your agency. I would just change who you sell it to and then focus on building a coaching offer if you want to build a successful SMMA. For instance, I just got this email an hour ago that I received another 2 Comma Club award for a different offer. I would have never gotten that award if I was still doing SMMA. I would have never figured out how much I love teaching and helped all the people that I've helped. And honestly, my life would look totally different if I wouldn't have switched to coaching. So just to summarize everything that I just talked about, if I were you, I would pivot from done for you only to adding in a coaching offer and help people in a group setting. You'll build community with your clients. You'll build lifelong friendships that actually thank you for literally changing their lives. You'll go from selling, doing work with your hands, to selling knowledge, which is a higher leverage task. And you'll be able to charge more, make more money, higher profit, never have to do the nitty gritty work again. You won't have to hire a ton of contractors. You can have a small team of 2 or 3, even at the scale that we're at. You can do so much more, make a bigger impact, more income, more fun, less stress, so much more by adding on a coaching offer. So if you're like, yo, Brandon, this is something I understand, I want to do. I want to be like some of the case studies you showed at the beginning or the thousands of others you've seen on my channel. What I want you to do is click the link down below to book in a time to chat with me. I'll show you how to either scale your high ticket agency, right, by only working with dream clients that I'm going to send you by marketing your coaching offer, right? So you're going to market your coaching offer, you're going to make money doing that, and you're only going to upgrade people into your agency by word of mouth outside of your literal gold mine of an audience that we're going to build with you and for you on Instagram and YouTube. So people buy into you, your story, want to work with you, and honestly get you changing a ton of people's lives, making money doing it. So if that sounds good, what I want you to do is click the link down below, book in a time to chat with me and my team, and we're going to show you exactly how this works.